Patrick Malarkey has been living with HIV and epilepsy for nearly 20 years. After losing his partner to a heart attack 14 years ago and nowhere to go, he found subsidized housing and made this one-bedroom apartment his home. That is, until he and the other residents living here with HIV got a letter from the property owner back in March that they had until the end of April to move out. About a week later, they got a second letter stating their leases are month to month.
So this is hanging over our heads. So the anxiety and trying to find a place to live right now that is subsidized is very difficult.
The housing complex is owned and operated by Catholic Charities, and they've been doing that since 1997, thanks to a grant. But unfortunately, that grant ran out last September, and now they simply have no money to subsidize this housing. Mark Duffa runs the Catholic Charities Diocese of St. Petersburg. He says losing the funding is forcing them to repurpose the 12-unit complex into housing for homeless families once they get funding for that. Until then,
I think what's important in the message here is nobody's going anywhere. They're staying there as long as they need to until we find a place for them.
And I have more boxes packed under here.
But as Patrick prepares to move, he says finding a new place he can afford is a challenge.
Because they do have them. They are around and thriving, except there's a 1 to 2 year waiting list.
We've served them for 20 years, so we're already providing a help. And in the transition to a new place, we'll give them all kinds of help to make sure everything goes smoothly.
As smoothly as picking up and moving your entire life can possibly be. In St. Petersburg, Trevor Pettiford, Spectrum Bay News 9.